Once you know what failure feels like, determination chases success. That thought reveals a harsh truth about what drives elite performance. We look at a 17-year-old drafted directly out of high school, and we see a prodigy. We assume that kind of rapid ascent runs on a natural, endless well of motivation. The reality of his early career was brutal. In his very first All-Star game, he shot 4 for 16. He missed crucial, game-deciding shots in the playoffs. The energy that arrives when you're winning or well-rested is fragile. It disappears the moment conditions become cold, uncomfortable, or lonely. Relying on that fleeting feeling makes your success a prisoner of your environment. His actual engine was entirely different. It was the visceral, haunting memory of falling short on a national stage. It was the sting of hearing critics call him selfish, reckless, and overhyped. Greatness is not a passive personality trait. It is an agonizing, daily choice to abandon the warmth of comfort for the cold, pre-dawn silence. The 2004 NBA Finals ended in absolute public humiliation. He absorbed the blame for the devastating series loss, watching the Detroit Pistons celebrate a championship. The standard expectation for an athlete enduring that level of public defeat is predictable. You retreat from the spotlight. You take time off to rest. You manufacture excuses. The very next morning, at 4 a.m., he walked into an empty gym entirely alone. Then he did it the next morning, and the next. Kobe weaponized his memory of that loss by building a psychological defense mechanism he called the MambaMentality, a system designed to ensure that specific pain could never repeat itself. This was a compounding, permanent decision. It meant executing a relentless obsession 365 days a year, without a single exception. The failure did not break his psychology. It clarified his physical requirements and stripped away any remaining tolerance for laziness. Once you truly feel the agonizing cost of losing, extreme discipline ceases to be a choice. It becomes the only logical survival response. 8 years later, during the lead-up to the 2012 Olympics in Las Vegas, you can see exactly how permanent that decision was. While the rest of the world slept, his Team USA trainer received a jarring phone call. It was Kobe, asking for basic conditioning help. When the trainer arrived at the practice floor at 5 a.m., he found a solitary player, already drenched in sweat, working in an empty facility. They spent the next hour and 15 minutes running grueling conditioning drills, followed immediately by 45 minutes of heavy strength training. Fast forward to 11 a.m. that same day. The trainer is exhausted. The rest of the Team USA superstars arrive fully rested for their first official scrimmage. On the far right side of the facility, Kobe is still by himself, shooting jumpers. The trainer walked over to commend him for the early morning workout and asked when he had finished shooting. Kobe looked back and casually explained that he hadn't left the facility yet. He required exactly 800 makes, not shots taken, but makes, before he could stop. True discipline is a permanent state. It is an obsession so deep that it actively alienates and outpaces even the most elite peers in the world. Remove the basketball from the equation, and you are left with the universal architecture of extreme discipline. Discipline is never born from a desire to feel good. It is born from a definitive refusal to tolerate the pain of falling short. Think about one specific area in your own life where you have remained inconsistent. Talent and opportunity lose their value if your internal standard for what is good enough remains flexible. Inconsistency persists because your desire for comfort outweighs your fear of mediocrity. You remain in this cycle because you have not yet decided that failing, again, is an outcome you can no longer accept. Stop waiting for motivation. Make the decision today and step into the lonely reality of your own 4 a.m.